Hey everybody, Don here. Today we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us: relationships. They can be the source of our greatest joy but also our deepest pain. And listen, relationships can be tough, we all know that, but sometimes the person we think loves us might actually be playing us. It's a harsh reality, but one we need to face head on. You deserve to be with someone who loves you, cherishes you the whole 9 yards. Someone who makes you feel valued and appreciated every single day. But how do you know if that's really the case? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps more people see this. Let's dive right in. Today we're going to talk about those red flags, those glaring signs that he might not really love you and is just putting on a show. One of the first signs is inconsistency. If he's hot and cold, 1 minute showering you with affection and the next acting distant, that's a red flag. Consistency is key in any relationship. Another sign is lack of communication. If he avoids deep conversations or changes the subject when you bring up your future together, he might not be as invested as you are. Pay attention to how he treats you in public versus in private. If he's affectionate and loving when you're alone but distant and uninterested around others, that's a major red flag. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore your instincts. You deserve to be with someone who is genuinely invested in you and your relationship. Remember, it's better to be alone than to be with someone who doesn't truly value you. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and never settle for less than you deserve. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might need to hear this message. Until next time, take care. Chapter 1. Silence speaks volumes. The lack of communication. Let me tell you something. Communication is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It's the glue that holds two people together, allowing them to share their thoughts, dreams, and fears. Without it, misunderstandings and resentment can build up, creating a chasm that can be hard to bridge. If a man loves you, he wants to hear your voice. He wants to know your opinions, your desires, and your worries. He listens not just with his ears, but with his heart. He values your perspective and makes an effort to understand you deeply. He wants to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. He's engaged. He asks questions. He remembers the little things you say, and he makes you feel heard and appreciated. This kind of engagement is a sign of genuine interest and affection. When a guy's got something to hide, or he just doesn't care enough, he shuts down. He becomes evasive, giving short, non-committal answers. His body language changes, he avoids eye contact and seems distracted. This behavior can be a sign that he's not fully invested in the relationship. He avoids those deep, meaningful conversations. He becomes emotionally distant. Instead of sharing his thoughts and feelings, he retreats into his own world, leaving you feeling isolated and disconnected. This emotional distance can be incredibly painful and confusing, and that, ladies, is a major red flag. When a man consistently avoids communication, it's a sign that something is wrong. It could be a lack of interest, a hidden agenda, or simply an inability to connect on a deeper level. Whatever the reason, it's important to recognize this behavior and address it. You're left feeling alone, unheard, like you're talking to a brick wall. This feeling of isolation can erode your self-esteem and make you question your worth. It's crucial to communicate your feelings and needs, and if the situation doesn't improve, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who values and respects you enough to communicate openly and honestly. Chapter 2. Excuses, avoiding quality time. Look, when you're in love, you want to spend time with that person. It's that simple. You crave their company. You look forward to making memories together. Now, if he's constantly making excuses to avoid spending time with you, that's a problem. He'd rather be with his buddies, play video games, or just be alone than be with you. He's not making you a priority in his life, and that's a painful truth you need to face. Chapter 3. The future, blank stares and crickets. Let's talk about the future. It's a topic that can bring excitement and joy, but also anxiety and uncertainty. When you're in a relationship, discussing the future is crucial. It helps you understand where you both stand and what you both want. When a man is in love, he sees a future with you, he talks about it, he dreams about it. He envisions a life where you are both together, sharing experiences and building memories. This isn't just about grand plans like buying a house or starting a family, but also about the little things. He makes plans with you, big and small, from planning a weekend getaway to deciding what to have for dinner next week. These are all signs that he sees you in his future. It's about the consistency and the willingness to include you in his life. He wants to build a life with you. This means he's not just thinking about the present but also about the days, months, and years ahead. He wants to create a shared history, filled with moments that you both cherish. Now, if he avoids these conversations like the plague, if he seems uncomfortable or disinterested whenever the topic of the future comes up, that's a red flag. It's not just about what he says, but also about what he doesn't say. If he gets quiet or changes the subject every time you bring up the future, it indicates a reluctance to commit. This avoidance can manifest in many ways, such as diverting the conversation to something trivial or simply shutting down. That's a major warning sign. It suggests that he might not be as invested in the relationship as you are. It's important to pay attention to these cues because they can reveal a lot about his true intentions. He's not seeing you in his long-term plans, and that's a hard pill to swallow. It can be painful to realize that the person you care about doesn't see a future with you. But it's better to know now than to invest more time and emotions into a relationship that isn't going anywhere. Understanding these signs can help you make informed decisions about your relationship. It's about recognizing the reality of the situation and deciding what's best for your future. Remember, you deserve someone who sees a future with you and is excited to build it together. Chapter 4. Physical touch, intimacy. It's a natural part of a loving relationship. It's about connection, about feeling close, about expressing love without words. If he's gone from being affectionate to barely touching you, that's a huge red flag. No hugs, no kisses, no hand-holding, no intimacy. It's like he's pulling away, creating distance, and that can leave you feeling rejected, unwanted, and questioning everything. Chapter 5. Now, constructive criticism, that's one thing. But if he's constantly criticizing you, putting you down, making you feel small, that's not love, that's control. That's about chipping away at your self-esteem until you're a shell of your former self. He's trying to undermine your confidence, make you doubt yourself, so you'll become more dependent on him. Don't fall for it. You deserve to be with someone who lifts you up, not tears you down. Chapter 6. Trust and honesty. Those are the bedrocks of any strong relationship. If he's constantly hiding things from you, being secretive about his phone, his whereabouts, his finances, that's a major breach of trust. He's living a double life, and that's not fair to you. You deserve transparency. You deserve to be with someone who has nothing to hide. Chapter 7. Always second best, prioritizing others over you. Look, it's one thing to have commitments, to have friends and family. But when a man is in love, you become a priority in his life. He makes time for you. He values your presence. He wants you to be a part of his world. If he's constantly putting everyone else's needs before yours, if you're always the last to know, the last one he makes plans with, that's a sign he's not valuing you the way you deserve. Chapter 8. Blind and deaf to your world. No interest in your life. When you love someone, you're invested in their life. You want to know about their day, their dreams, their fears. You listen, you engage, you care. If he shows zero interest in your life, your passions, your problems, that's a sign he's checked out emotionally, he's not present, he's not invested in the relationship. Chapter 9. Hot and cold. The inconsistent behavior roller coaster. One minute he's loving and attentive, the next he's distant and cold. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and it leaves you feeling confused, off balance, walking on eggshells. This kind of inconsistency is a classic manipulation tactic. It keeps you guessing. Keeps you hoping for the best, while he keeps you at arm's length. Chapter 10. Trust your gut. That inner voice knows. Listen, you have intuition for a reason. If something feels off, if deep down you know something's not right, pay attention. Don't ignore those red flags. Don't silence that inner voice. Your gut is telling you something's wrong for a reason. You deserve to be with someone who makes you feel loved, cherished, and secure. Don't settle for anything less. Outrow, you deserve real love. So, there you have it, folks. 10 signs that he might not really love you and is just pretending. Remember, love shouldn't be a guessing game. You deserve to be with someone who is genuine, who is all in, who loves you unconditionally. Don't waste your time on someone who can't give you that. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more relationship advice. And remember, you are worthy of love. Real love.